Welcome to Latin at Home. I am Kathleen, your host. In this series, we will be using verses from the Mass readings to practice Latin. Let's get started. Thank you for joining me at Latin at Home on this 12th Sunday after Pentecost. Before we get started, please like and subscribe. And we are going to get right into our Gospel for this week. It is from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 10, verses 23 through 37. And we are going to cover two verses today, 33 to 34. Samaritanos autem quidam iter faciens, venit secus eum, et videns eum, misericordia motus est, et approprians alligavit vulnere eos, infundens oleum et vinum, et imponens illum inumentum suum, duxit in stabulum, et curat eius agit. And let's see what this means. All right, I always like to get rid of my conjunctions first. So autem means but or however. Next, in English, I want to find my subject. So we need to be looking for a nominative ending. So we have Samaritanos here, and also there is an adjective matching it. It's not quite obvious, but it's quidam. Quidam is the adjective certain, and Samaritanos is obviously a Samaritan. So this is but a certain Samaritan. And now we have the first of many present participles. If you don't know what that is, in English it translates as ing. And while it comes from a verb, it's not the main verb. It's acting more as an adjective. So this is just describing what the Samaritan is doing without saying the Samaritan did this. So we have faciens. We highlighted this word a couple videos ago. And it's the verb to do or to make, so making. And then iter is our direct object, a journey. But a certain Samaritan making a journey. Venit is our verb. It ends in a T because the Samaritan was our subject. And this is the simple past tense, came. Secus is beside, and then eum is following that. That's why it's in the accusative, and that is him. So let's look at this all together. But a certain Samaritan making a journey came beside him. Et, we all know is and. Videns eum. Again, this is our participle. Before we even translate that, though, let's highlight this word and see if we can figure out what it means. So it comes from this verb, video, videre, vidi, visum. So you can see right in that first form, video, right? And in that last form, with this vis, that's where we get words like vision, visible, and that is because it is the verb to see. So videns, again, is a participle, and seeing, eum, our direct object, him. Now we have to jump to the end, motus est. Those two words together give us our verb. And this means was moved. You can throw that he in if you'd like, because we do kind of have a new sentence here. And then how was he moved? First of all, misericordia means mercy or compassion. And if you check out this ending, this is an ablative ending. And if you go back to that noun introduction video, you'll remember that ablative is often translated with by, with, or from. And so it makes the most sense to go with here. He was moved with mercy or with compassion. So let me clear this and get our sentence. And seeing him, he was moved with compassion. Et approprians, and, again we got a participle, and approaching. Alligavit, it ends in a T, so our subject is he. And this verb means bound or tied up. And vulnere eius is our direct object, and that means his wounds. And now we have yet another present participle, infundens. So fundens means pouring, and then it has the prefix in. So you can translate this as pouring in or pouring on. And then this participle has two direct objects, so you can see them both in the accusative. Oleum is oil, and vinum is wine. And approaching, he bound his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. And if you thought we were done with participles, we are not. Et is and. Imponens, another participle. So ponens comes from the verb to put or to place. So this is putting. And now im is a prefix meaning on. Now in Latin it's going to repeat itself, and I'll show you that in a sec, but we're only going to say it once in English. And putting illum is our direct object, so putting him on. And now we have this prepositional phrase. And this is where it repeats itself in Latin, where in is going to mean onto. So in English we would just say, and putting him on or putting him onto. We're not going to say both, obviously. And we've got jumentum suum. That is his own. And this is just the general term for beast of burden. Some translations you'll find will specify a beast of burden, but this word is actually just the general word for it. And putting him on his own beast of burden. Duxit in stabulum. So duxit is our verb. It ends in T, so our subject is he. And the verb is to lead, and it's in the past tense, so he led. And while it's not written here, we have to throw in the him as our direct object, carried over from the previous verb. And he led him in stabulum. In is going to translate as into, because the next word is in the accusative. And this will be into the stable or in. Et, of course, and. Agit is our verb, it ends in T. Therefore we know the subject is he. Normally this verb means to do or to drive. However, it can be combined with other words and it's going to take on different idiomatic translations in English. Therefore, based on our direct object, we are going to translate this as he took. And that's because the direct object is kuram. You can see the accusative case there. He took care, and then eius, of him, that is a genitive. So finally we have he led him to an inn and he took care of him. Awesome, so that was a lot of participles. Hope you're okay with that. Let's take a look at our translation. But a certain Samaritan making a journey came beside him, and seeing him he was moved with compassion. And approaching he bound his wounds, pouring on oil and wine, and putting him on his own beast of burden, he led him to an inn and he took care of him. And let's look at an official translation. But a certain Samaritan being on his journey came near him, and seeing him was moved with compassion. And going up to him, bound up his wounds, pouring in oil and wine, and setting him upon his own beast, brought him to an inn and took care of him. So that was pretty close. Great job. So please let me know in the comments if you have any questions about anything we did. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please also subscribe to see more videos like this, and let me know in the comments what other videos you'd like to see. Thank you so much for joining me at Latin at Home, and I hope you have a very blessed 12th Sunday after Pentecost.